Hello guys and welcome to my channel. Oh, sorry, that must have made you super dizzy. Let me see how far I can get to where I sit so that I can make sure I don't lose you like I sometimes do. Alright, welcome to my channel. This is Darcy and I am happy to have you with me today. I do lives on Sunday. Oh shoot, sorry, I didn't put my cover on my glue. Now I don't know where my cover is. I do lives on Sunday in a group called Junk Journal with Penny. And this week we talked about clusters. And I'm kind of going to not redo it, but I'm going to show you what it is. I showed them. And also because it was a live and with the bandwidth and everything, you know, you can't always see real great. It gets pixelated and blurry and all the things. So I'm just wondering what in the world happened to the pin for that glue that didn't get put on. So since I knew I was going to be doing that live on clusters, apparently that's how I say it now, I kind of took a look at clusters and kind of came up with an anatomy of a cluster. And we'll talk about how to do it in a minute, but I just wanted to talk about the basic parts of a cluster, which would be like the base, a neutral scrap, a decorative scrap, a soft layer, a backdrop layer, which would be the backdrop to the focal point, and a focal point, and then a sentiment and a bit or bling. Like a bit might be like a little number, a little label, or bling, and whatever else. That's what the ampersand is for. So it flows. It doesn't have to go in this order. It doesn't have to be all of these pieces. It could be 3 of these and 2 of these and that be it. You know, it doesn't have to have bling. It doesn't have to have fabric or soft piece. Like soft, I'm thinking it's fabric, lace, stuff like that. But even the backdrop could be lace or a doily or a ticket, something. So I'm going to make at least one like this going from the bottom up, and then I'm going to make one going from the top to the bottom, and then I'm going to mix things up. So start with, and I had things more organized yesterday when I did the live, but then I used the stuff and now it's not organized anymore. So in this case, for a base, I'm going to use something with a little bit of strength to it, a little bit of sturdiness. It doesn't have to be super sturdy. It could be a piece of cardstock, index card. Let's see. This is cardstock that's been tea-dyed. Decorative cardstock. It could be a playing card or a rip playing card or like a game card. Mostly what I have here is just cardstock of different colors. It could be one of the pieces I painted. It could be a Rolodex card. There's another piece of, in fact, I might do that one for now. Piece of a game card. Sorry, got the Kohl's catalog under there. I was trying to make one totally out of junk the other day, which I did. Hold on, you want to see? These are the ones that I've made. And I'm going to try to do some smaller like this. I'm not good at that. Usually these aren't bad. But these are ones that I've been making either yesterday or practice over the week. I was going to show you the one totally made out of trash, but I must have put it in my journal. Yes, I think I did put it in my journal. Hold on. I thought I hadn't put it in my journal. Unless it's there and I didn't even realize it was... Well, I probably forgot I was looking for the trash one. That's probably what happened. Nope, I don't see it in there. Hold on. I want to show you the one that's totally made of trash, but... And then there's an I Spy one that I made too. I mean, it didn't start out as an I Spy one. It just started out as me just playing and adding more and more. So it kind of... That's my I Spy one. So it just kind of looks like a giant I Spy. There it is. This one I made totally of trash or junk. So it has a piece of junk mail on the bottom, piece of envelope, you know, there's your decorative paper right there. Some cinnamon rolls. That was from the coupons. This is from an old t-shirt that we used to paint with. So it's a white t-shirt. It has a little paint, whatever color the wall was. This is from a used tea bag. This was from, I have a calendar with inspirational quotes, and I just cut that off the front portion, which I was just going to throw away. And this was a piece of fabric that I cut off something else that was going to get thrown away, and then I was like, oh, I can use that. So this is a true junk journal cluster, totally made of junk. See, it can be done, and it still can be cute, because isn't that cute? I think it's cute. Oh, it's just me. Alright, so I'm going to start at the bottom. I'm going to start with this as my base. And then I'm going to find a neutral scrap, which I had. Alright, my chair still squeaks. I'm sorry. I had this all in order yesterday, but now it's all, my neutral scraps are switched with my decorative. Let me move. Now, I think of a neutral scrap as like music paper. It could be like this, like packaging paper. Right, book page, even anything coffee dyed like this, that's fairly neutral, or this piece of lace cardstock. I would consider this neutral as well. It doesn't have like a bold, this I would too, it's kind of just tone on tone, not a real bold color. And I might even consider that black and white one a little bit neutral as well. Right now, I want to find something that's a little bit in the color range of, and that's got the green and the blue and it's got numbers that I'm talking about the bingo. I'm going to save that for the next thing, I think. So I might just go ahead and take this little piece of book page right here. And then the next layer would be a decorative scrap. So I've got some scraps here. Kind of get my, where'd it go? My base, so I remember what I'm working with. I may end up cutting it down smaller, we'll see. That was actually part of the bingo card that I sent to Shell. Maybe that one. A lot of aqua in here because I was thinking about my cousin when I was looking for papers. Oh, it could do it Christmassy. Some of these could be neutral, could be decorative. Totally depends on your what you're liking, what you're looking for.
Pretty much flawless.
I think I'm good. Okay, so we have our base, our neutral, our decorative paper, and then a soft layer. So I've got some pieces of fabric in here and some, well, I don't have a lot of lace in here right now, but I might just use that little piece. Let's see what else is in here.
Oh, come on. No, don't.
And they say you don't want to overthink it, but sometimes you have to overthink it until you get used to it. You know what do you know what I mean? All right, of what I have here, that's it for that. So then you want to backdrop, and I'm just going to grab a piece of lace, and then you want a focal point, which my focal points are elsewhere, and a sentiment, or you can do a sentiment, you don't have to do with that sentiment. Thankful or laughter, we might go with one of those. And I found when I was doing these, it feels a little freer for me to start with the focal point for some reason. But you do it how you want to do it, for sure. Alright, I kind of want this little piece here to show a little bit, so I'm going to probably do that. And you can choose whether you want to glue them or staple them. Sometimes I glue them, sometimes I staple them up to a point. Nope. If I put that way. Yep. So I want my numbers still to show a little bit on my base. And you could skip any of these layers. I'm just kind of doing them all right now just for practice. And then once you practice, you can just, I mean, some people, these clusters are easy, super easy. They're like, why do people have trouble with them? But for people like me, it's just like, yeah, I have trouble with them. Actually, that kind of works, doesn't it? Anything else in here? Don't know how bingo and old coffee urns work, but they kind of do. That's kind of bright. Because of the green, this is the same green that's there, and then got the pink flowers with that pink. I guess is what I'm thinking. Alright, let's see. I think I'm going to start with that one next. I think I am going to do that. I might, let's see, then we have our sentiment and our bit or bling. I think we'll do thankful. And my bit will probably be a number or a tag or who knows. Or I could even do a different word with my stamps. Alright, a bit or bling. I'm not a big bling person, although I do have some pieces of bling. But I'm more about a bit. Which they're all way down under here. Scissors would be good. Not my fabric scissors though. That would not be good. Oh, how did that? Okay, sorry, they were stuck. I don't know, I'm kind of feeling this light blue for some reason. These are not on cardstock. I think either on something a little thicker would probably be better for these, but they're just on copy paper for right now. But if I'm just going to glue them down, it probably doesn't matter so much. So that's my bit and my sentiment. Now, I just need some ink. Where'd my ink go, people? I had it. I could have sworn I saw it before I even started recording. I know I did. I'm sure I did. Oh, well, these are our... Oh, yeah. I didn't ink any of these. I could have. In fact, I still might a little bit here. Just going around the edges a little bit. Ink those up a little bit. This is because I stapled it. I can still get to that to ink it up. And then definitely need to do something with the thankful. Joe, you remember I'm recording, right? Yeah. Okay. You know they might not care if everyone fainted. Or they might get concerned that you're not talking about a video game. Don't you hate when you lose things that you just had? Couldn't tell you what in the world happened. I kind of wanted to stress that a little bit because this is from my porch prints, and so there's like a gray edging.
What are you doing?
Which I don't necessarily want it to be gray. This is my, this is, if it comes out right away, this is just quick dry tacky glue. Sometimes I use this, sometimes I use my art glitter glue, sometimes I'll use a glue stick, depending what I'm in the mood for sometimes. If it's really small, I'll use my art glitter glue, or if it's, if it is got a lot of layers to have to stick to, I might also, or the fabric, I probably could have done this one. Actually, I might stick this down here. No, I won't, because I cover the flower. That's dumb. Why would I do that? Alright, you're going to put it up here. Just put it up here. It's fine. No, except I didn't realize it was going to stick off so far. Let's see. Just be thankful about something, lady. I'm going to stick it down here. There, that's what I'm going to do. It's going to go right there. Cover most of that down there. It didn't end up on top. That's okay. Did I mention you can break the rules and it's okay? I kind of want to put something there, but I'm not sure what. But when I find it, I'll do it. Now, if you were going to mass make clusters, you might want to make them right up to either the soft or the backdrop if you don't know what your focal point is going to be. Oh, I was going to put something else there. That's fine. Alright, so there's one so far. And the next one I'm going to start with the top. Well, my focal point. And might do laughter and a bit or bling. I might figure that out in a minute. So then my backdrop, well, let me start by doing this. Take down this white a little bit. This I fussy cut it out of a book. See? I like daisies. I always think of like denim and stuff with daisies, but our backdrop might be a ticket this time. So this is what I have in here for backdrops. Or I could do another, could go bingo all the way here, baby, with all this, which I might. But I also like, that might be my bit. I like the dark blue with the, or the red. I like them all. I just like too much stuff. And also a good idea for backdrop are like these pieces like this. Are nice if you're doing a larger cluster, or to cut them down. They look really nice for that. Or if you have some die cuts, they look really cute, you know, tucked behind your focal point. So yeah, there's more die cuts. Or like these tickets here, they look cute tucked behind your die cut. So I've been wanting to use one of those too. Or stamps, like, well, this is actually just from the Tim Holtz paper. It's got the stamps on there, but that would be cute as a backdrop as well. You could even use just a piece of envelope like that and cut, you know, rip it down to what you want it to be. I like that color too. All right, so what's F? So I have my focal point, and I can't decide on a backdrop, so that's gonna my soft layer. What, Hallie? What do I want to do with these daisies? Where's that blue one that I had? Where's that pink, the pink with the stamps? Nope. Except I want more of that ticket to show, I think. So that's soft if I decide to stay with that. Of course, I like a polka dot too with a, I don't have a lot in yellow. I could always do this yellow too. It brightens it up a lot. And then if I wanted to do 2 layers of soft, I could if I wanted to. I just kind of really like a ticking. I don't know what's wrong with me. Nothing? Good. I'm glad to hear that. I also like polka dot. Let's see. Sometimes picking a color, picking the yeah, I know you're not supposed to think this much, but I do. And I can if I want to. Okay, it's going to be one of those. And our decorative paper. See, and before it was easier for me to go from the bottom to the top, but it might totally depend on what you're working with. And so then a neutral. I know I stuck 2 layers of the soft in there. I might take one out. I might keep both in. I might do what I want. I don't know. Would you consider Monopoly money to be a neutral? Right, I think I've got that so far. I already have stripes, so I don't want stripes. This green is similar to this green. But no, I don't want that. I do like the blue back there with that blue. And I'm looking for a neutral now, right? In case I forget what I'm doing. Let's put this little bit of lace back. This lace paper back there. And last but not least, we have our base, which brings a pop of blue for that, which I like. Okay. I think. Just to be annoying. Oh, like the pop of blue. Alright, so there's that one. And I want to find my ink. Why? Oh, I know I've got more in here. Let's see. Walnut stain. Could do that one. Gathered twigs. But I know that I have a vintage photo. I knew I had a vintage photo. I knew I had some extras. I don't always use vintage photo, but sometimes I do. There it is. Oh my word. Do you understand? Does anybody understand? This one looks like it's already been done. And this was coffee stained. And this one has been as well been edged. And you know, you can rip it, cut it, make pretty edges, rough edges. It's whatever makes you happy. You do what you want, people. But you do kind of want each layer to stick out a little bit. At least a little bit. So, otherwise, there's no point in putting the layer in. It just adds bulk. Alright. So what I'm going to do is, because I just think it's easier for me, I think, is I'm going to staple it up to this point. And then I'm going to glue the flowers on. My daisies. And then I will put, come on, should have laid it on its side. Okay, now it seems upside down. Oh, they go this way. Well, I don't have to put them this way, but I might. But I think I'm still going to put them this way. I don't know. Whichever way they tell me they want to go. What does that say? Item number 01009 Euro Market. It's really dark. Oh, I just used this blue one. Put some blue over here on this side. I'm trying to cover up this little edge of fabric over here. We're just... or not. Because sometimes you're bit or bob. That's why they were on the same layer. Because sometimes you want them together and sometimes you want them... you don't know until you get there what you want on top and what you want underneath. Oh, what I might do... I might tear this down a little bit because it's just coming off a little far now. There. Yes, I tend to make big clusters. I can't help it. Don't know why. Why I keep doing that. Laughter, I was thinking of maybe. Or, actually, where'd that thing go? Here it is. Another option would be, this is like the middle, this is like similar color. Oh, we've got the blue, like true blue, and this kind of goes with the middle of the flowers there. So I like that, true. And if I put anything, it won't be that. It might be nothing, or it might just be a little something late. I don't have to decide right now. That's the thing. So there's that one. But I've done 2 so far. Where'd the other one go? Oh, it's right there. See? And then this one I could use as a focal point. Or if I don't like the sentiment in the middle, which love is not a bad sentiment, but I could use it as a base and make a really small. Well, I know for some people that doesn't seem that small, but to me it does. To me it seems small. All right. Now I want to mix things up. I want to maybe do your base. You want it, generally you want it to be sturdy, but if it's not the end of the world, because as this gets more layers, it gets more sturdy. And if you're going to put it on a tag anyway, then it's going to be sturdy, or the corner of a page or whatever. So sometimes you just want to mix things up. Where are those scissors? I kind of like the idea of using this, and sometimes you start in the middle. Like I kind of want to use this for like a soft layer or backdrop layer is what I'm thinking. And oh, I've been wanting to use this paper. I really like this decorative paper, but I want it to be torn, but I want it to be torn nice. Okay, so these basically what we talked about today was that these are the elements of a cluster, the basic anatomy, the base, the neutral scrap, decorative scrap, soft, backdrop, focal point, bit or bling, sentiment, and whatever else you want to do. And you just, go from there. Why was my, I was like, is there a timer going off on my wrist? No. There was not a timer going off on my wrist. I could do, I'm sorry, this just suddenly hit my head. But I'm still stuck on this too, so hold on. Give me a minute to process my brain and what my brain's trying to do. And if you have shiny paper like this, and you like the color but you don't like the shiny, just use the back. That's all. Easy peasy, just like that. Let's see. See that shine? Ooh, actually, see it's darker on this side, but the shiny side actually kind of goes with that a little bit more. So, all right, what was I doing? My ruler. That's what I was doing. Oh my goodness, I have issues. I don't have issues. You have issues. All right, I want to stick that in it somewhere, I think. And I was using my ruler. Oh, I don't have my fan on. I know you're thinking, but I'm freezing over here. Well, we have all our windows closed because it's raining outside. And when I had the oven on, I did turn the AC on. Don't tell my husband. Because it was only 61 degrees outside. But it was hot. And it was 76 in here, which if you're about to turn the oven on, 76 is hot. So, and I'm trying to go smaller, right? So after I get these edges off, see if I can make 2 at a time. So far, when I tried to make 3, I stop at a certain point and then I stick playing with the 1. And then, they eventually get done, but it doesn't happen fast. Oh, I was going to cut this in half. So I'm trying to go smaller. If you're trying to force yourself to go smaller with a cluster, make your base smaller. You can force it. Then you have to go smaller. Unless you really don't like the base and don't want it to show, then you won't care. So there's that. Actually, I don't feel like I'm really great with instructional video. I like better when I can just play, and I'm a little bit more free when I do that, I think. So if we have time after this, I might play in my journal a little bit, or I don't know. But what kind of things do you guys like to watch? If you're watching a live, like, I know one of the suggestions was just kind of going through the decorating a page, which sounds like a cool idea. I'm just not sure exactly how to go about doing that without boring people. I'm always worried I'll bore people. I think we all are. We don't usually see ourselves the way other people see us. So yeah. Especially if like our sibling is the more interesting one. So yeah, my brother and his wife are both on Twitch. They're young. Well, she's quite a bit younger. He's just a little bit younger. They're just more hip than me on their Twitch. But hey, I'm my age and I'm doing videos on YouTube. Although a lot of people my age seem to be doing videos on YouTube. You know what I forgot? My neutral. But that's okay, because I got a bunch of neutrals sitting right here. Bunch of neutrals. How about some, is this a French one or a regular one? French. French dictionary. We like a French dictionary. Why not? Except I might cut it in half. Inking and thinking, as Gail says. I think it was Gail. Maybe Pam said it too. Two big YouTubers in the YouTube lands. Pam Augustinelli and Gail Augustinelli. I had a nap and I'm still out of it. Gail Augustinelli and Pam at the Paper Outpost are two very popular YouTubers. It's alright, I'm going to do this. There we go. And I enjoy watching, well, I used to enjoy watching Pam. I don't disenjoy watching her now. I still like watching her. She's just, she's still great to watch. I think my only issue there is that everybody follows what she does. And that doesn't, I don't like to just do what everybody else is doing. Does that make sense? I like to do my own thing. I mean, sometimes I will. I'll do something similar. Yes, that's your tea, which I told you before we, before I started recording. I said, hey, your tea is over here. Isn't that pretty? I like that. Is this, yeah, that's the right way. This is just paper that I stamped on. So if you don't have decorative paper, but you might have a couple stamps or ink or whatever, you can make your own paper. What kind of things do you don't have that you wish you had, that maybe we could find some replacement type thing for, that you that we could figure out how to make it or find it in the house? Like one example might be you don't have cheesecloth. You know, maybe you don't have cheesecloth and you wish you had some cheesecloth. Well, you know all those what's the word that I want? Oh, all those first aid kits you go out and buy, and then you run out of the Band-Aid, so you go buy another first aid kit, but you still end up with all this burn cream and gauze left over. Guess what? Gauze is very similar to cheesecloth. So, you know, leave a little packet of gauze, at least 1 or 2 packets of gauze in the first aid kit. But, you know, a piece of gauze can go a long way, too, because once you unfold it and separate all the layers, you've got yourself some cheesecloth going on there. Do I want fabric on this or not? Ooh, I do. I want some of this, but I don't want a lot. And which way do I want to go? Both ways, probably. Let's see. Let's just cut it down this way for now. And got a lot of blue and yellow going on here. But I really want this paper to stand out more. So I'm actually going to switch my soft layer to go under that. And I might do that with this one too. Unless I can find... I'm back to saying again. Like, you know. Actually, I want a piece of, not going to put fabric in there. I'm going to put, I know exactly what I want there. Where is it? Where'd all my neutrals go? They're right here. It should be in with my neutrals. You can do 2 neutrals. See, there's no rules. All my exes live in Texas. I am looking for, it's green when I find it. When I find it, it'll be green. Where's my masking paper? I had some masking. Here it is. Because this is like similar to the leaves in here. This little bit of masking paper. And so I wanted to stick a little bit of that in there. And I'm using the same paper. And I will end up with two very different clusters when I'm done. Right? And so I've got all my little layers showing here. I could make this one the center. The problem with that is, but I kind of like how the green breaks up the two patterns. So let's just put that in quotes. And then which one do I want to use this on? Then I can still see that, but I might cut it smaller. And then what do I want for a focal point? I don't even know my focal point yet. I might do a little bit of cheesecloth or lace on this one maybe. Oh, I kind of want, oh my goodness. Things are big in Texas, right? Even pie. I don't know, I just really like the pie on there. I don't know. I'm a little weird. Oh, and look. Make up with a cup of coffee. And I don't like what it says, but I like the color. Also, it's got glue bits stuck on it. I actually would love one of those little squirrels. I don't want to cut that down. I don't wanna. I thought I had a pumpkin in here. I have a small coffee. I still don't want to cover that blue flower, but I could do this with it. And then, do we? Find myself a little blue label. Now on this one I could do the pie, or I could do this book. Of course I could do the book with the coffee too. But I'm just going to do the coffee. And I kind of like the pie. Now I can't find the pie. It's become invisible. There we go. Also, I can turn that around so I don't lose the bigger flower. Ooh, you know what? That's not quite the right. That's alright. Just make it a little bit darker. That's all. We'll just make that a little bit darker. Hopes and dreams. Pie. Pie is our hopes and dreams, right? Now I know that I want these words a little bit behind the pie and not the green behind the pie. And also I'm not going to perfectly center the pie. So raise your hand if you overthink it. Welcome to my world. I might actually glue these this time. And they may end up totally different. Oh my goodness, why do you hate me? There we go. Adding a little glue on the shiny bit. Adding some of this green paper, but still, I know it was crooked and now it's not, but that's okay. This will be. You never know what you're going to end up with. I get a little bit more free when I actually put it down, I think. Like once you know what papers you're going to use, then you could be all kinds of free. Just can't force something though, but it needs something, but I'm not sure what. And then I'm putting this pie over to the left a little bit. And look, I've got paper towels today. Alright, so what do we think about this stamp? Just kind of putting it out there. Maybe, maybe not. Alright, I gotta think about that one for a minute. I'm not absolutely loving it, but that's alright. This one, I think I am gonna do my little staple right in there, and then have my coffee. Everything else will be crooked. My coffee will be straight. The only problem with my coffee is on like just thin paper, but once this is attached to something else, it should be alright. Also, I could do this. Could just turn it over on its head is what I could do. That's what we're doing, turn it over on its head. If you're not sure about something, turn it over. There. Now, these would actually be cute across from each other because you've got coffee and pie. I just realized that. So you got coffee and pie and a coordinating patterns, and something is definitely missing off of here. I mean, we can talk about hopes and dreams. I don't know about you, but I hope and dream for pie and coffee. And let's see. Do I have some red? Excuse me. Sorry. We have this ticket, which may be just what we need to protect the back handle of this. So this would be like our backdrop. If it's not too stuck on that, well, it can go under there. There we go. We can stick that ticket in there. And the trophy, that's just what we need. Hopes and dreams again. I want a piece of lace on this. That's what I want. Kind of like, or doily. Either one will work. Oh, because like your pie usually comes like on a plate with like a piece of doily or whatever, maybe. I don't know. Who knows what my random thinking is on things like that. Need a little bit shorter. I want it a little bit shorter. It doesn't need to be a little bit shorter. That's just how I wanted it. I like when there's like hardly any on here, so I can just get it just the slightest bit not so white. Yep. I need to glue the front of it because it's coming on. It's going to be glued to the back of this. I've done that before. I've glued the wrong side. Alright, what else do we need? This hangs off weird. I'm thinking that I might want I want it to be a little more organic. Alright, so I don't want to just use the ruler. But I might want to come around like this and just kind of tear that. And then we got a little bit of this showing under here, which is nice. And there. What do we think? I like that better. That improved it. You never know what's going to improve something. I'm just going to have this poke out like that, I think. So we'll glue that on too. Gonna let that dry. Alright, so I hope you guys will play with clusters, and if you want to go on Facebook, you can join my group and show me what you're working on, or if you're in Penny's group or want to join Penny's group, I can see what you're working on there as well. It's my group is same as here, Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, and Penny's group is Junk Journal with Penny. So, you know, feel free to go check them out. I'd love to see what y'all are working on. Or if I'm in your group, then show me there. There's a couple people who watch me sometimes that I'm in their group. So, wow, that was longer than I thought it would be. Thought I'd get through this really quick. So let's see, we did these two, which are kind of coordinating and not in any order or shape, and there's some dried glue on my hand. And then where are the other two? welcome to my life. I just feel like that has to go on something. See, this is what I'm talking about. Sometimes pieces just come together. Is that weird? Or is that just me? Or is that... I don't know. It seems weird that I'm like, oh yeah, that needs to go together. Alright, let me just see if I can get one of those types created or not. That doesn't go well. Squeak! Squeakity squeak, squeak, squeak! It's squeaking less, I think. Do you think it's squeaking a little bit less? I think it's squeaking a little bit less. I've got my pad down. My pad, polycarbonate pad, which had the most stars, and people didn't complain about it getting cracking or bending right away. So this one, it feels nice and thick. The only problem is my chair wants to roll back on it, so I'm constantly having to move forward. So I don't know if it's just accentuating the non-plumbness of my house or what. Also, I don't know where any of my lace is right now. It's kind of bugging me. I do have a ton of it. In fact, here's some right here. I lied. Here's something. I have tons of lace. Why is it so hard to find when I want to find it? What's in here? Got some cheesecloth, which I probably need to put a little bit of that together to send to Scotland. What do we have? This kind of redness and the blue and the... Isn't that so cute? It's gotta, I don't want to cover up the tulip on it. Oh, I need to make something with it though, because it's got a tulip on it. Is there any lace in here or not? Are we just playing with my head? Messing with my head? There's just fabric. Goodness. And that red is not the right red. Welcome to my world. I have stuff, all kinds of these. Well, see, now I don't like this. Never mind. You know how I said sometimes things will speak to you? And sometimes they're like, never mind. Never mind. Don't like you. Do you guys see any of those pretzel containers that are full of bits of lace? No? Nobody's helpful? No one is helpful. You know what? Isn't that cute? I think somebody's doing a bee journal. You guys can go if you want to, but I think I'm going to do one of those other ones where I just try to get in the zone and not worry about what I'm doing, maybe. And I just put in a bunch of weird random things. Like a trophy. Sometimes I'll do that. And this was from an I Spy book. So some were circles, some ended up being ticket shape. There's a bee. That got bent. Milk cap, feather. That's too big. I need a smaller one. You knew I wasn't finished with that. You knew it needed a little something, didn't ya? If anyone's here. Why is it so hot? I'm annoyed at how hot it is. Just annoying me how hot it is right now. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to make an I Spy one. I'm just all over the place right now in my head. Here's checkers. I don't have enough little pictures. I don't even know where my little, I got a bunch of these hearts though. A couple of them are different shapes. Just a little Something like that. See, I think that's just cute like it is. Why would you add anything? Because you would, that's why. I kind of want to do an I Spy one, but I need to like get, let's see. Oh, here we go. If I use this, where'd it go? How do you open this? Apparently I've never opened this. I got it at a thrift store, don't worry. I haven't used it yet, but I didn't pay a lot for it either. They really don't like you to get into these. And then an I Spy one would just be, it'd have little bits of paper with these little pictures on them. Because I had that yesterday. I had like a little pin and something else. And today I have the checkers. And I have the trophy. And a feather. And a heart. And a bee. What else can we add? Oh, some scissors. These are like all stuck together. That's like super weird. I want a little car. Look at, they have never been used. I'm gonna use them. A cup of coffee. So now I just need like little pieces of paper and fabric to stick on there. Some will be little, some will be bigger. Like this circle right here will be perfect for something. Like what? Wish they had a donut. Why don't you guys have a donut? I want a donut. Seems like I had a donut somewhere. And I have other small ones too. Somewhere. Somewhere. Beyond the... I think they'd be really cute for little golden books. These, I Spy clusters. Which... that's what I was doing yesterday. I was just playing. I'll show you the I Spy cluster again in case you missed it at the beginning. Where is he? There it is. So there's a cue ball, not a cue ball, pool ball. There's a pin, an owl, a kid, a number 4, a hand, a flower, a 50 cents thing, a leaf, and I might add more to it. But like I just kept adding like random stuff and I was like, oh, it's kind of like an I Spy cluster. So now I'm making one on purpose. I might need to have a stamp though. I think these are all Christmas though. I mean, we have that Texas stamp. I didn't use the Texas stamp, right? Anybody? Oh, an elephant. Stick a little piece of lace in here somewhere. Might use these flowers in here. Now, I guess I need a good size base for this, don't I? Like a nice neutral. Let's see which letters still show when we're done. I don't really want it a tag shape though. I also don't want it to be too gigantic. So I'm going to cut some of this off from this little Tim Holtz card. And I actually might even cut some of these out to use, and they have pictures on them as well, which just adds more and more. I don't need it this big either. It still seems big. Or maybe I just want to cut them up and use the little bits. I don't know. Did you say vermouth? Oh! Here, I did have a piece of gauze here to show you guys. Is this gauze? This is not the gauze I'm used to, but you could still use this. It is, it would be a nice soft layer. The other gauze I was thinking of is more like cheesecloth. But this gauze, I wonder if it comes apart a little bit and you just make it. Alright, once you rip off a piece, I think, it doesn't want to rip. Let's try it again with scissors. Yes. So once you you have to use your scissors to get it started, and then you end up with this. This would be great for our winter journals, huh? It kind of looks like fluffy snow a little bit, maybe. I don't know. My fingers are really dry. And it's really, I can really feel it right now. And just kind of pull on it and warp it up. And you'll have a nice little soft background to play with. In fact, I might put that in this. But, you know, once you do this with it, then you can't use it for medical purposes anymore. See, sometimes it'll rip weird, which is even better. Do I have a snowman? I want to build a snowman. And also, the paper that I just ripped, I could use that if I wanted to. For a junk journal, you use your junk. That's what you do. I'm going to take the number out of this. That's the bit I want. And I don't really want to use brown. I want to use blue, I think. Which means I need to find a spongy thing. Spongy. That's the wrong. I moved stuff. Just to confuse myself, I moved stuff. What I had on the left is now on the right, and what was on the right is now on the left. Yeah, blue. Maybe. Should have used distress though, maybe. Oh, what color blue is this, you ask? Cornflower blue. Are cornflowers in Texas? Like, should I use that blue? Oh my goodness, my shirt's sticking way out. Stamp on this, if I can find it. You know, I started showing you the ones that we did today, and then I got... Alright. Well, I can't find the last one we did. We did that one. We did that one. We did that one. Squirrel! I don't know how my squirrels don't, like, totally annoy the heck out of you guys. I will be doing something with these and this piece of fabric at some point. And probably that. Just FYI. Just because. Alright. Oh, I found the stamp. Isn't that what I was looking for? Alright. It's got a flag and a star, so we're going to stick this on here somewhere. And I think we might even stick this on here somewhere. I'm just going to start gluing stuff on and see what happens. Because sometimes that's how I roll. Sometimes you just want to put a milk thing there. Somebody's alarm is going off. What time is it? Must be around 4 o'clock, I guess. An elephant. An elephant. You have to have an elephant in an I Spy. That's necessary. And apparently trophies. They seem to be in there a lot as well. Since that was literally off of an I Spy. Put this U on here, which has a man on a horse. Do you think that horse has a name? I could not tell you. Also, I went a little crazy on the glue. Now it's on me. Oh, I was going to put a little fluff back here. Fluffy, fluffy, fluffy. Alright. Fluff. Fun little circle. These flowers in here somewhere. Somewhere. Don't know why that song keeps coming back in my head. I'm actually going to put it in front of there. And behind. Oh my word. I don't know. I don't know positional. Yeah, I don't even know what to call them right this second. My brain stopped. I don't want to lose the little man though. But I don't mind losing the U And I don't want those right next to each other. Might use that on a different one. Stick a feather on here. And what's nice about these is you can just kind of let your brain give it all a rest. Just do stuff and let it flow. Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. Just get creative and let it flow. Now what you may want is a little bit of a slow drying glue for this thing. I'm going to put him, he's going to sit on the trophy, I think. I think I still want to stick this in here. It's got little flowers sticking off. Whoops, just want to go on that side. Alright, I'm going to put my bee on in a minute. Don't get a bee in your bonnet. What else do we have in here? Oh, we still have more circles, so we can, yeah, sure, you do it too. I'm gonna put a little airplane right there. And then a little cup of coffee right there. And that's an airplane. We did an airplane. I'm an airplane, yeah. Balloon, which I could have done a colorful balloon, but no. Why would I do that? And we have this ticket. We might go ahead and put him on the ticket. Let's stick that back there. Just have it kind of poking out a little bit. So I have a balloon, cup of coffee, and an airplane. I always wondered what I would do with those stamps, but I couldn't say no to them at the time. So I'm kind of glad I got them, because they're just kind of fun. I'm just going to be random now. Whatever floats our boat. With a giant cluster. I just want to break things up a little bit. Or have something. I don't know what I want. Could not tell you what I actually want. What's in the V? Something. Which you might just stick right there. Let's see. Do you think does everyone think I've gone crazy now? Or is anyone even still here? That's the real question. Stick that there, back it a little bit. Oh, and then we've got the treble clef showing too, so that's good. That would be something else to look for. Alright, what about this fluffy stuff? I need to put something on the fluffy stuff. Oh, a bird. We have a bird. What else is in here? Giant coffee cup. Do you have any smaller mushrooms than that? I could. I very well might. Oh, there's a little bird. Here we go. I was gonna put one of these birds maybe, but they're kind of big. Although there is a turkey. I mean, Wouldn't you want to have a turkey in your, what is this called again? Your little parakeet thing. Randomness I was looking up yesterday was like Aussie words for stuff, because someone was like, when you're having it was a meme, when you're having a down day, just pretend you're a little snake, being described by Steve Irwin. So then I was looking up words that were like his words, kind of, sort of, and it ended up with animals he was afraid of, which was like parakeet type bird, like certain birds, like freaked him out. I was like, really? I didn't think that freaks him out. Like, alligators, no. Birds, yes. That was just the weirdest, randomest thing that I found yesterday. My son used to love watching Steve Irwin, and he honestly did have a little crush on Bindi for a while, but since she's married now and gonna have a baby, we love that for them. Oh, I know not everybody knows this, although people that watch me might know it. When you're fussy cutting, you want to keep your scissors and just cut slowly and turn the picture to get it's just a little bit easier that way. I don't know if there's another reason. That's how someone told me to do it. That's how I do it, and it's a little bit easier. You get a little bit of a smoother cut. And so now I've passed on that knowledge to you. My work here is done. Even though I'm still, surprisingly, still recording. Let me dismiss that timer. Oops. Oh, where'd the bird go? That's the trash that was around the bird. Here he is. I don't know. I'm still trying to decide if I want to save that turkey for Thanksgiving. Although I think I'm going to skip right to Christmas, because I'm so behind that I just can't even think about fall anymore. I'm like, I need to move on. I need to move. Oh, the giant bee and the little bird. Maybe we'll have to be down here. Below those flowers. We have that milk, so I guess we don't really need a milk cap. Although, I think I might anyway. And our turkey, we're putting the turkey on there. I think we will put him right there. Okay, stay. Want you to stay. What's next? Are we putting the checkers in here, or are we waiting on the checkers? It's a very big cluster, in case you were wondering. I'm aware of how large it's getting. A star, maybe? A phone. A car. That's what we need. A car. We can do the car in blue. Will the blue show? We'll find out. Car. Beep, beep. That didn't help. Alright, giant cluster. Actually, now it's a pocket. It's not even a cluster anymore. Now I think we could call this a pocket. A little I Spy pocket for a little golden book. Would be fun. It could go on forever. It could just become one book, but I probably should stop soon. Unless I keep, oh, see, this is where these little bits are perfect. You just stick them around the edge. Oops, don't cover the balloon though. There we go. Stick another circle there. And one last thing, the checkers, yes or no? I just want to save the checkers, I think. Alright, I want something else though. What? What do I want? Oh, where are they? In here? They're in here. And that's what I want. These rubber stamps are the ones that have like the hand, the paper. Here, we'll start with the paper clip, which we'll put right. I still need to put something over that white stuff, I think. There, paper clip. Where's the pin? There's a pin in here somewhere. Ow. A star. I think I like this star. A star. Let's hope I'm putting it in the right place. Yep. Got a star. We could do a number. We already have any numbers in here. We have a 3. I already did the paper clip. Well, what was up here then? Thought I had done the paper clip. The hand. We can do the hand. And the pin. I wanted the pin. So yes, after making this yesterday, I think that all my little golden books are going to have a little I Spy cluster pocket, whatever you want to call it. It will just be fun. Don't you think? Do you think? I don't know. Cool. And now I know what to do with all those little stamps that I have. And I've got some little fairy stamps too. Like, I've got a bunch of little stamps. So now I know how to use them. And I've just gone on way too long. But, so yeah. I hope, if you stayed this long, you must have really been doing something else that you couldn't get away from to turn me off. And I appreciate it just the same. Oh, and I forgot to welcome all my new subscribers. Last I looked, I was 1 away from 200, and I'm very excited about that. I was hoping to get to 200 by the end of October, and it just seems within my reach. So, yeah. I'm very excited about that, and I hope you guys are too. So have a delightful day, everybody. Love you. I have to find... Oh, look, there's lace right here. Oh, my word. What is wrong with me? What did I want to put lace on the back of? Oh, that pie, but I did, kind of. People are going to be like, do you think she knows she forgot to turn that off? Yes, she knows. Don't worry. This is like the after the beep stuff. Not really, but... Yeah, I'm not loving that. We could dress this one up. Nope, if I do, it'll be with Rick back. Oh, I was thinking about this one. Guess what? I'm hungry. Toodaloo! Oh, shoot, I never covered that. I mean, I don't want to cover it. I want it to stick out a little bit, but not quite that much. I need a snowman. I'm gonna find a snowman. Not right this minute, but at some point. I'm not here. It's your imagination running away with you. Just stick that there for now. Oh, that's what I need. There's one of my butterflies. I don't know where my butterflies are. Oh, shoot. Why can't I hold on to something? Shh, they'll never know you're still here. Key. I always have to have a key.